Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Dianne in Wild Sage Yoga. So glad to see you. So grateful that you're here. Today, we're just going to move a little. We're going to open the heart, open the hips, and just get a good all around body stretch. So, my new favorite quote and way into a practice is by the awesome Dianne, two N's, if you're looking it up, Dianne Bondy, Bondy. She says, "Come as you are, use what you have, do what you can." So we lay that out at the altar of our practice this morning, welcoming yourself to your mat as you are, using what it is that you have, whether that's just internal energy, whatever that's feeling like, whether it's props, if you've got a strap or some blocks, a blanket to help support your practice, and do what you can, right? What we can do changes from day to day, moment to moment. So just honoring and respecting where our energy's at today, where our bodies are at in this moment, and just doing the best we can with what we have just as we are. So thanks for being here with me today. So come on into a seat, whatever a comfortable seat looks like for you. So maybe it's some form of Sukhasana or Siddhasana, some cross-legged seat, ankles in front of the other or shins parallel, ankles under or tucked into the knees. Maybe cross-legged seat isn't super awesome and comfortable in your body. Sometimes we tend to round over a little bit when we come to a seat. That feels like the case in your posture today. Maybe grab a blanket or a cushion that has a good little lip, has a couple of inches that you can sit up on. Then we're going to sit on it right into where we find the sits bones. So right on the edge. So our goal is to tilt those hip bones forward a little bit. Even if you're using a block, maybe you're sitting on a block, sometimes we need a little bit more space and really drop those knees underneath the hips. So then once those points tilt forward a little bit, the belly and the heart, shoulder blades, everything maybe smiles a little wider, stretches out, creates some length in the spine. Right? So find where you want to be in this moment. Maybe cross-legged's not working at all, in which case, of course, you're always welcome. Hips to heels, or sitting on a chair with feet planted firmly on the floor is always an option. Okay. I do my best to make practices accessible to all bodies. Feel free to modify as you need to. Leave a comment in the comments section if there's somewhere that I can further instruct or assist in certain things. Okay. So coming to stillness, once you have found that comfortable seat for yourself, feeling your seat connected with the mat, with the earth on the body. Hands are relaxed in the lap, palms down or palms up. More receptive, more grounding. The breath is just moving naturally. We're just going to notice the breath. Bringing it in through the nose. Perhaps out of the mouth with a sigh or a sound. Just noticing the breath, allowing it to come even, flow naturally. Body sinking into this moment. Shoulders relax down, right over the hips. Again, sits bones really connect, relax down, grow your roots. Inhaling, feel the lift in the front body. Exhale, maintain that length and lift and feel the grounding all the way from the back of the head, down the neck and the spine, through the seat, into the earth. Growing roots, cultivating space. The gaze is soft, or perhaps the eyes are closed. Tapping into yourself internally, maybe checking out that internal landscape. And as we breathe and come present, Just giving the body a little scan, a gentle scan from head to toe, from toe to head. What are the sensations in your body in this moment? Where can you send the breath to release a little bit of perhaps any tension that you've brought to the mat with you? Tension on the breath, tension on the body, cultivating that relationship, allowing everything that came before this one moment to melt away. Everything beyond this one moment remains unseen. Maybe you can visualize the breath if that helps. What's the temperature of the breath? What's the color of the breath? You could see your breath moving through your body, in and out of the nose. What would it look like? A few more breaths here. Invite you to bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Continue to breathe. Perhaps bow the chin ever so slightly down toward the heart. Giving yourself some acknowledgement, some gratitude for being right here, right now. Open the eyes, bring the gaze level, bring the arms out wide. Reach with the fingertips. Really stretch here. Stretch and reach. Shoulder blades gently come together. Provide some support for the back of the heart. The shoulders remain melted down, so we don't want to scrunch them up toward the ears. Use the breath to relax them down. Energizing through the fingers. Maybe find some movement, some circles in the wrists. We're staying firm in the seat, open in the heart, strong in the spine. Energize the fingers out, little jazz hands. Just reaching, find as much energy as you can. Hug your arm muscles to your arm bones. Inhale deeply and exhale like you're moving through water or honey. Arms come forward and parallel. Pausing here, straight out from the shoulders. Stop for a breath, continue to breathe. Send the breath in the back of the heart. Feel the opening there. Next inhale, arms come wide. Nice wide wingspan. Inhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Palms reach kind of behind you, almost as if you could bring the back of the palms together to touch. All the way to the top of that in-breath, and then exhale. Again, moving slowly, creating some good tension here. Ball of energy right between the hands. Palms don't touch, but see if you can start to feel some heat, some energy that you're conjuring there. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it together. You might start to feel slightly fatigued in the arms. Find some energy there. That's okay. I'm going to keep moving. Inhale. Exhale. It's not only okay, it's welcome. It's what we want here. Opening the heart, front and back. Inhale, open. Exhale, this time palms come together, chin to chest, round through the upper back, pull the navel toward the spine. So fingertips reach forward, pause for a breath, continue to breathe. Inhale, open. Heart comes forward, gaze comes up, arms reach back as far as they can, like they're pressing into an imaginary wall, or like the back of the palms can meet. Then exhale, coming forward again. Palms meet, chin to chest, round the upper back. Inhale, open. Reach forward with the heart, and exhale. Come forward, palms come together. This time, palms come into the heart, gaze comes up level. Press the finger pads, knuckles, base of the palm together. Find your breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, arms open one more time. We're going to rotate this left thumb down toward the earth, bend the elbow, and bring that left forearm across the lower back, or maybe the back of the palm just finds the sacrum. Maybe the hand, if that's not the mobility you've got in your shoulder today, maybe just the hand comes to the hips. Okay, beautiful. And then we're going to float this right arm down. So it's just lengthened by our side. Maybe the fingertips find the earth. If this left forearm can reach across that lower back, perhaps it finds the inside of that right elbow and gently finds a grip, find the grasp, or just make contact. Maybe the fingers make contact. Feel the opening across the heart. Bend that right elbow, fingers forward. Breathing here, staying firm in the seat. Curl the tail ever so slightly toward the heels. Stay long in the spine. At the bottom of your exhale, maybe find that energy that lives behind your navel, right here at your core. Pull it in close to the spine. Allow that energy to remain as the inhale and the breath continues to move. Inhale, arms open, reach. Nice. This time we're going to rotate this right thumb down, bend that right elbow in. Hand can come to the hip, back of the palm to the lower back, or forearm across the lower back. Exhale, float this left arm down, fingertips can find the earth, or just lengthen down by the side. Maybe you bend that left elbow, those right fingertips can find the inside of the elbow. And then we bend and those fingers, left fingertips point forward, palm toward the center, palm toward midline. And feeling the stretch in the shoulders, across the chest, maybe across the hips and the belly. Continue to breathe in the nose, out of the nose. Breath grazing the back of the throat, maybe starting to cultivate an ujjayi breath, that ocean sound, even and strong, supportive, providing focus, power, and softness in the breath. Release, inhale, arms out and bring them all the way up. And exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Left hand to that right knee. Right fingertips tent on the earth, or all your same options, hand to the hip, or right forearm can come across the lower back. Those left fingertips maybe are on the knee, depending on if you're sitting on a block or on the earth, what that accessibility is to this leg. But we're twisting here, right at the bottom of the rib cage, the waist. Left hand maybe is finding contact with that right leg or knee. Lengthening through the spine before we twist any further up in the neck. Okay. So using a couple breaths to lengthen through the crown. And then perhaps on each exhale, you just energetically or actually moving that neck, gaze beyond the right shoulder down at the earth. Finding this stretch between left ear and left shoulder. Encourage the right shoulder also to move down. Continue to breathe in this twist. Breath might be a little different. Notice where it wants to go. Inhale, we're going to keep the arms low, but come back through center. Arms are long. Big inhale here, and then exhale, twist opposite direction. Right hand finds that left leg or knee. Left hand finds support on the earth or comes across the lower back, finds the hip. Use a couple breaths here as we inhale to lengthen the spine. Root back into the seat. We're nice and supported for the twist. And then starting to resource your exhales to inch our way into this twist. Bringing the twist all the way up into the neck and the eyes. As that chin comes over the shoulder, perhaps, eyes beyond the shoulder, down at the earth. Reconnect with the breath. Stay connected. Come back through center, arms stay low. Then inhale them all the way up. Palms meet. Pressing firmly together as you pull that energy down and in. Nice. All right, if you're seated on a block, you can move that out of the way. If you're seated on a blanket, or even if you're not, if you have one handy, bring it under the knees and we're going to come into tabletop. Setting ourselves up for success every step of the way through our practice. So protecting those knees. Even if you've got awesome knees, keep them that way. We're going to come here, hands and knees, fingers nice and wide. Create a good strong foundation. Wrists are right under the shoulders or maybe slightly ahead. Hands underneath the shoulders or you maybe slightly to the side. So a little bit wider footprint is okay with the hands and the shoulders. We just don't want to bring them in too narrow. Okay, then it's all that pressure on the wrists and we don't have a good foundation. And knees are underneath the hips. So in that spirit of stacking the joints, staying safe. And then checking with the feet. My feet naturally want to sickle out. I'm going to bring the heels toward each other, heels toward the sky, press into the top of the big toes. Okay. Take a moment here, swing those hips side to side. So move things through, especially if you're in a cross-legged seat. So here, if you're using a chair, you can also just, if you're not coming all the way down to the ground, your hands are just on the seat of the chair for support, on the back of the chair for support. You can get all these same spinal movements, the same kind of grounding, okay, wherever we are in relationship to the earth. So if we're in tabletop, wherever we are, we're going to root into all our connecting points. We're just going to start to breathe. We're going to find strength and stillness here. Resourcing the breath, lengthening through the crown and the tail. You can perhaps at the bottom of that exhale, finding that core energy that lives behind the navel and pulling it in close. Back body and front body meeting, creating a slight contraction that remains as you move into the inhale. Just stay strong there in the center, strong in the core. It's our connecting point between the upper body and the lower body. We want that to be strong. Consciousness there at all times. Next inhale, coming into cow. Claw the mat, stay firm in the hands. Inhale, gaze up, pelvis tilts, belly stretches and reaches for the earth. And exhale, chin comes to chest, pressing into the hands. Arms are strong, rounding through the upper back. Gaze back beyond the toes. Head melts down all the way to the bottom of that exhale. And inhale, cow. Moving the torso from hips to neck. Arms, legs, knees, unless we need a small adjustment, everything is still strong. Creating the foundation that we need for the rest of the body to move here, for the spine, that back chain to bend and bow. Finding space between each vertebrae. And using the breath to get us there. Inhale, open, expand, lift. Exhale, hug it in, contract. Nice. Use that space for length. One more inhale, cow. And one more exhale, cat. Big toes together, hips toward the heels. Arms stay long, tent the fingertips. So all 5 fingertips plug into the earth, wrists reach for the sky. It's going to create a lot of energy underneath the arms, all the way up into the armpits. And hips are moving toward the heels. So not everyone's hips reach the heels in Balasana. So if you're somewhere up here, that's awesome. Just lengthen the arms. How much length can you get in the spine? Okay. And then using the breath, how much more softness can you get in the hips? And if the head and the heart naturally want to melt down, that's excellent. The head is between the arms. Then that's good. We're going to leave it there. If that forehead can find the earth or a block, the back of the chair, okay, then you can rest it there also. Knees are wide also to create space for the belly wherever we are. We want room to breathe, room to grow, room to be in our bodies. Sometimes it feels good. The belly contracts against the thighs. We get a good little internal massage. But right now, we're just going to create some space. Inhale back up, straight into cow. And exhale, find an exaggerated cat round through the upper back. Press yourself back toward Balasana. Tent the fingertips all the way to the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, pull yourself forward and through. Straighten the arms. Cow. Exhale, chin to chest, round the upper back, hips back toward the heels. Balasana. Inhale, moving with the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, moving through cat to Balasana. Inhale, cow. Exhale, rounding. Hips go back. Nice. Pull yourself up to tabletop. Curl all 10 toes. Hips go back. Find that stretch in the bottom of the feet. Walk the hands back toward the knees. Hands on the thighs. The knees are really wide. Bring them together so thighs are parallel, coming straight out from the hips. Okay. Getting a good stretch under the toes. Maybe encourage those pinky toes. Sometimes they don't want to curl under. Get them involved. Hands on top of the thighs. Inhale, arms up. Palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart, come up onto the knees. Inhale, arms back up, hips to heels. Exhale, pulling it up. Hands to heart. Inhale, send that energy high with the arms, hips down, activating the quads here. Exhale, and the core. Inhale. Exhale. If you're on your feet, you're perhaps using the chair as some good support. Inhale, hips back, arms up. And doing a little squats, just small bends in the knees. Inhale, arms up, keep the toes curled. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands. Set ourselves up for down dog. Untuck the toes to begin. Tap the tops of the feet. Just kind of move that energy through. Rock through the hips. So you know where we're going. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward dog. We're going to recurl those toes. I'm going to send the hips back as far as they're going to go to start. Okay, see my spine staying long, my arms are staying long. Reaching the arms forward. Fingers still nice and wide. Using finger pads, base of the knuckle. Okay, to really find connection. Take the weight out of the wrists. You can use the base of the palm, but we're really clawing at the mat to help create that Hasta Bandha. Activate the hand arches. Keep the arms long and strong. Okay, come straight out from the shoulders. And then head between the hands, and we start to lift, or head between the arms and the hands. Start to lift the hips. Super juicy bend in the knees. Keep that bend in the knees as long as you need. Adjust the arms. Tractioning the spine here. Just maybe waving the hips back and forth. So remember, most important is that our spine is long and arms are strong. Start to walk it out. Maybe one heel reaches toward the mat and then the other. Heels will not necessarily find the mat, and that's okay. It's just an energy stretch in the back of the legs. Right? What feels good, what feels doable. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Big inhale here. Exhale out of the mouth. Inhale, walk the hands back to the feet. Feet parallel, find your Tadasana stance. Inhale halfway. Legs lengthen, spine lengthens, crown reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Soften in the knees. Let the crown hang down. Belly can find the thighs. Inhale halfway again. Fingers either on blocks, the earth, at the shins or the thighs. In lengthening the spine, slight softness. We're not locking out the knees, but we're lengthening the legs here. And exhaling to fold. You can pull in that core energy at your center, create some space for this fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. We're going to practice that a couple of times. Inhale, lengthen. Strong in the feet. Lift and fan the toes. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to root and rise. Inhale, lengthening through halfway. Arms come out or come all the way up. Palms meet at the top. And palms come together and exhale down to the heart. Pressing firmly into the feet as we do so, pulling that energy high. Activating the quads, thighs, activating the glutes, rooting through the tail, lifting the chest. Allow the palms to shine forward. Again, checking in with the feet, lift, fan, hover the toes. Find the base of the big toe, base of the pinky toe. Plumb right down through the center of that heel. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Soften, melt. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk the hands forward. We're going to come into a plank. Wrists under shoulders. Adjust the feet a little bit if you need to. Again, knees can be a little bent here. Knees can come down anytime you want. Otherwise, get energized through those heels. Pull up on the thighs. Lighten the pelvis. So booty's a little up. We're not straining here. Pelvis reaching for the earth. Crown reaches forward. One long line of energy here from crown to tail, out of the heels. Knees come down, tops of the feet find the mat. Pause here and breathe. Another inhale. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Chest and chin find the mat at the same time. Inhale, lift the head and the heart. Lift that right foot, point the toe. Lift the left foot, point the toe. Bring both feet back down, pressing the tops of the big toes. Inhale, heart and head forward just a little bit. Arms hug into the sides, maybe lift the hands. Using the back body here. Exhale, forehead kisses the earth, hands plant under the shoulders. And come up through your tabletop. Curl your toes, hips go back toward the heels. Moving through Balasana, again, setting ourselves up for success, right? And then moving on up into our downward dog. Walking it out. All right, choose your own adventure. We're going to flow through that a couple more times. You've got all your options here. If you're standing or on a chair, you can do the standing or just the upper body, okay? Inhale to come forward from our mat to plank. Exhale, knees come down, tops of the feet find the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, come all the way down to the earth. Inhale, lengthen through head and heart, reach through the toes, hug in with the elbows. Exhale, head comes down to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, press into the mat, hips up, back. Through Balasana, curl the toes, up, downward dog. Walk it out. Establish yourself here. Inhale, come forward. You can come down to the knees, okay? Knees, chest, chin every time, or we can chaturanga. We can launch forward on the toes just a little bit. Shoulders stay over the wrists. And exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale up to your baby cobra, or give those hands a little more weight. Open the heart forward. Elbows stay close. Coming up into full cobra. And looking left and right, wherever you are. Inhale through center. Exhale, hips back toward the heels. Curl the toes. Down dog. Walk it out. Plug into the hands and the feet. We bring the big toes together right at center here. You're going to stay rooted in this left foot. And inhale the right leg up. Point and flex through the foot. Find some circles. Exhale, we're just going to tiger curl it forward, knee toward the chest. And I shouldn't say just, because this is a powerful movement. Inhale, lengthen. Can also always be done from tabletop. Exhale, curl it forward, squeeze and lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And inhale, lengthen. Three-legged dog. Bend that right knee, stack the hips open. Staying committed to this left foot. All 5 of those toes facing forward. Find some circles in that right ankle and perhaps with the right knee. Just a couple circles in each direction. Breathe, lengthen that leg. Exhale, float the right leg down. Ball of the right foot is going to land outside of the left foot. And then press into the hands. Press that right heel down toward the earth as you bend into the left knee. Little down dog curtsy. And inhale, we lift that right leg. Exhale, float it down. Knees come down. Big toes come together. Hips toward the heels. Swim the arms behind you. Palms up toward the sky. Relax belly to thighs. Forehead toward the mat. Flex and extend the fingers. Find some circles. Just find stillness in the breath. Whatever you need to re-energize and prepare yourself for the next side. Inhale, lengthen the arms. Lift the hips, curl the toes. You can set yourself up here for some success in your downward dog. And as you're ready, lengthening the spine, crown toward the hands, hips up and away. Thighs pressed toward the back wall. Walk those feet out. And then maybe, if this feels good in your body, to bring the toes together first. Sometimes that gives us just a little bit more stability when we come into our tripod or our three-legged dog. Rooting through the right foot this time. Inhaling, left leg up and long. Point through the toe. Point and flex. Maybe encourage that left hip down a little bit. Not opening yet. Staying level and strong here. And exhale. Hug it in. Curl it up high. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl it in. Hug it up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, really curl, hug, lift. And then inhale, send it back. Exhale, bend the left knee, stack the hips open. Maybe just that static stretch feels good. Works the inside of the right leg as well as that left hip. But circles either with that left ankle or the hip. Welcome here. Might feel good. And inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, floating that left foot down. Ball of the foot is going to land outside of the right foot. Press into the hands and into that left heel as we bend that right knee. Down dog curtsy. Continue breathing. You're using a lot of strength here. Said it was accessible doesn't mean it's not going to be challenging. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, curl it down, float it down. And then walk the feet up to meet the hands this time. Inhale into your halfway lift once you've planted those feet nice and strong. Exhale, fold. Root and rise. Lead with the head and the heart. Strong spine, strong feet. Arms out, all the way up. Palms meet and exhale to heart. Take a couple breaths here. The head above the heart. Build your mountain. Find the four corners of the feet. Lift, fan, hover the toes. Pull the energy high, up out of the earth. Growing roots, pulling it up and in. Front and back body meet more open. strong. We're also at ease. Breath supple, even. Inhale, arms up. Palms meet. We're just going to exhale them to the heart as we start to root through the right leg and lift the left knee. So left thigh comes parallel with the earth. Hands can remain at heart center. They can come to the hips. Or if it helps your balance, or you can capture the back of that left thigh. Grab the back of the left thigh, but then oftentimes we're gonna have to round over to get there. Then we're gonna re-lift the chest. Stay nice and strong in that right leg. Lift it in the chest. The hands can come to the front of that shin or knee and hug it in a little closer, like a standing Apanasana. You can play with that. Just with balance, we find focus in the breath, maybe on an unmoving point on the earth or on the horizon in front of us. Staying strong. Worst that happens in a balanced pose is that you come out of it and you get right back in. That's how we cultivate balance, strength, resilience. Release the legs. See if you can press that foot forward. Palms shine forward. And exhale, float it down. Beautiful. Nice. Shake that out a little bit. Inhale, arms up, wash it through. Exhale, fold. Graceful dive down. Inhale, halfway. Lengthen, reach. Exhale, fold, soften, melt. Root into the feet and rise. Come it up. Palms meet. Exhale, pull it in. Grow your roots. Grow your temple, firm up your mountain. Weight into the left leg this time. And just bending into the right knee. And perhaps lifting that foot up off the earth. Thigh parallel with the ground. Encourage that right hip down, staying level with the left. Might throw you off balance, might have to reestablish it. We tend to want to hike up the hip, right? When we lift that leg, want to root right back down. So we're rooting through that left foot, right hip. Hands can come behind that right thigh to capture it. Pull it a little closer, root back into that left leg. Lift the heart back up. Lengthen the spine. Stay right here and play with your balance, getting everything you need in this asana. It's accessible to you though, and you want to try it. Maybe the hands come to the front of the knee or the shin. Interlace the fingers. Thigh comes up, knee comes in. More toward the armpit, truly, in the front of the body. Find your focus on the breath or a still point, your drishti. Release the leg, press the foot forward. Be high or low. Exhale, float it down. Yeah. Shake it out. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, fold gracefully. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Root in the right foot. Left leg goes behind. So right here, you're either maybe holding the back of a chair, perhaps you've got blocks. If you can reach the earth, you can tip the fingertips or find the palms. Okay. We're gonna dial that left hip back down. Again, you may want to open to the side. Okay. You're coming straight out from the hips. It also doesn't need to be super high. We're not necessarily three-legged splits. We're kind of in a supported warrior three here. You set into that right foot. See if you can lift, find some lightness in the hips, using this left leg, lifting up on the quad, femur, back at the thigh, up toward the sky, finding some lightness in the hips. And then we're going to exhale, just like in that down dog, we're going to curtsy. That left foot, ball of the left foot's going to come way out off the edge of the right side of the mat. Okay. Adjusting the stance as necessary. Adjusting your support in your arms. Finding this length That stretch right there, awesome. A little bit more weight into that right foot. Again, trying to find some lightness. So we're not dumping into this right hip. We're finding some lightness, some length. Really using that heel. Knees still right over the ankle. And then perhaps reaching the arms forward on a diagonal. So then a total diagonal to that back leg. Reaching, offering. We're breathing, staying lifted. Use the core. Inhale, maybe up just a little higher. And exhale, folding down. Plant the hands. Bring that left leg back behind. And float it down. So we're in a high lunge here. Low to the ground first, but preparing for a high lunge. Okay. Or low, I suppose, of course, everyone's got options. So knee can come down here or knee can remain lifted. Okay. Either way, we've got good alignment up here in the front, knee over the ankle or on the ball of that back foot perhaps. Or if the knee is down or at the top of the foot. So if the knee is lifted, we're using the ball of that foot and this heel pulling toward each other to strengthen the hips. If the knee is down, we're using this front heel and this back knee, pressing down and pulling together. You know, that scissoring motion that we talk about, that's what it is. It's that whatever's this foundation in the front, foundation in the back, pulling toward each other, strengthening the hips. And then we lift ourselves up. Taking a minute there, wherever we are, maybe pulsing it out a little bit, perhaps widening our footprint even. Okay, wherever you are, knees up, knees down, maybe leg is extended, that back leg is anchoring, but there's a softness in the knee. All of that is acceptable in your body. Or you get to find what's acceptable in your body, but all acceptable parts of the asana. Inhale, arms wide, just like when we began. And then exhale, float them down behind. Interlace the fingers, or maybe capture opposite wrists. Then open the heart. With the hands pulled down and back. Gaze up. Keep breathing. Release, exhale. And exhale, fold over that front foot. Woo-hoo! I can feel that. Can you feel that? Leg goes back. Finding our plank. Bending into each knee a little bit, working that through. And then choose your own adventure. Choreograph your own movements here. You can go straight to a balasana or a downward dog or take a vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Take your time. Maybe pausing in whatever version of cobra or up dog you choose. Begin to harness the breath. Get into the neck, maybe looking left and right. Up and down. Moving through or pausing in balasana for a breath. And hips come up. Walking it out. Finding your dog, find a nice deep breath. Exhale out of the mouth, release. Building up some heat, building some tapas, some energy, some strength. Walk those feet up to the hands. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold, soften, melt. Release. Great rise. Arms out, up, palms meet. And pull it in. Find your breath. Find your strength. Use the breath, find your softness as well. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. So again, hands are planted either on the earth, maybe fingers are tinted. I've got some blocks. We're going to root to this right leg this time. And inhale that left leg behind. So we're in a supported warrior 3 here. Not in a standing splits, So if that's what feels good, that's your jam at the moment, then you can certainly go there. Otherwise, we're looking to get a dial this left hip down, left leg stays long. Okay. We're on the other side. Sorry. Right leg. Right leg's behind us. And then we exhale, and that right, all the right foot is gonna come way on the outside of that mat in our curtsy. So you're staying right here in this curtsy if that feels good. Just working that a little bit, maybe finding some movement. We're really pressing into this front foot. Again, finding lightness in the hips. So pulling that core energy in here at the belly to pull and lift there. Energize through that back heel, and perhaps the arms lift and we reach. Offering, making an offering. Continuing to breathe, pulling that up just a little bit. You won't come all the way up. Mind the back, mind the foot. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, come back to center. Inhale, that right leg long. Sorry, I led you astray again. And then exhale. That back foot's going to come down behind. And here we are in our lunge, okay? Knee is lifted. You know your options. That knee can come down or it can stay lifted. Press firmly into the foot. That back knee or foot, pull the mat apart. Strengthen the hips and lift. And all the way up. Finding whatever movement, softness, modification that you need. Here, once the heart is lifted, arms lifted. Wings come wide and float down behind. Interlace the fingers the opposite way this time. Or grab wrists the opposite way. Open the heart. Knuckles down toward the earth. Gaze up. Stay strong. Don't claw the mat. Lift and hover those front toes. Inhale, lengthen, exalt. Whew. Exhale. Hands come down. Soften that back knee. Launch forward. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway again. Nice. Heel to the feet out toward the edges of the mat. Toes point out, heels in. We're going to come down into a squat. So if you've got a block handy and you know you like a little support when you come down, just have that block near you. And the hips are going to come down. Perhaps find a seat, elbows to the inside, palms together. Stay where you are. I'm just going to face y'all. Finding the squat. Whatever that looks like for you. If you're standing, the squat is going to look like perhaps Devyasana. Okay, maybe finding some movement there. It's coming down, soles of the feet. If you want to try a squat standing, but it doesn't feel super accessible, then you're either using a block or the heels also. That same kind of lip we created for our seat with a blanket at the beginning. You can also use this under your heels here for the squat. Hands to heart, thumbs to sternum. Find the breath. Elbows encouraging the hips to stay open. Heart's lifted. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Allow the booty to come all the way down. If you're on a block, we find support with the hands. Remove your block. Come down to a seat. Extend the legs forward. Shake them out a little bit. Make fists and just massage the legs, pound the legs out, tap them outside of the legs, inside of the legs, and then reverse. Moving all that lymph, blood, oxygen, moving everything through. Let's make a beak with the right hand. And just tap the heart center a little bit. Left hand come to the lap. activating the thymus, our joyful cells of joy that reside here in the heart center. Inhale, arms up. Palms meet. Exhale them to heart. Press through the heels. Fan the toes. Pull them back toward the heart. Root through the seat. Lift the chest. Inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, head toward the hands. Inhale, gaze level. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Hook the fingers in. Breathe, open the chest. Eyes at the elbows forward. Legs stay strong. Feet stay active. Breath stays soft and moving. Bend this right knee, pull it in. Plant the foot on the inside of the left thigh. Reach forward with the left arm, parallel with that left leg, which is still active. You should still see the bottom of your foot pressing forward toward me like you're standing on a wall, standing on the earth. Left fingertips reach forward. And then we twist toward that bent knee and give it a hug. Right knee and crook that left elbow. Right hand reaches for this left wrist, elbow or forearm. You can inhale to lift. Energize that left leg. We might forget about it. Exhale, twist. So many different signposts in an asana or in a posture. Oftentimes you get to that last little instruction, right? This little twist of the neck, gaze with the eyes, direction of the eyes, and we've forgotten all about our original foundation. So using the breath to start over once you're in a pose, continue to work its strength and to work it for your body. But we stay active and long in this left leg because it's our foundational support. It's helping to protect the hips, the knee, all the things. Inhale, gently come forward. Allow the hands to come to the front of the knee so that leg doesn't just flop open. Inhale, lift the chest. Release, hands down. Lengthen that right leg out. Big inhale. And exhale. This time that left knee comes in, plant the foot. And hold it with that left hand. Inhale, right arm long, as long and active as that right leg. Pressing through the heel, fanning the toes, press through the ball of the foot. And exhale. Capture that knee in the crook of the elbow. Left arm makes contact with the right arm. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find your twist. Bring it all the way up into the neck. And start back over with that right foot and leg. Energize. Lengthen. Twist. Breathe. Inhale back through center, both hands to the front of the knee. Next inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Foot goes forward. Soles of the feet come together. Pressing the balls of the feet and the heels firmly together so you see those arches lift. It's going to involve the toes also, maybe opening like a lotus flower. Maybe those heels, or maybe there's some distance between the heels and the pelvis. That feels good. That's great. Also, if you've got some blocks to just support the knees so you can fully release. It's all about this release and softening in the groin. We don't force the knees down. You want to support them. Those heels can come in a little closer to the pelvis. Or if you've got enough energy and you're really pressing into the feet, it's going to help to support those knees and build that strength. You're going to feel that stretch, hopefully, or potentially, all the way up the legs to these muscles. You can feel it or not, that's what you're strengthening. Sensation, our body's ability, mobility, each time we come to practice is not only different, but the sensations that we find in our body are also different. That's why I like to say, even though we can do something, doesn't mean we should. Maybe we've done something in a previous practice where our body's just a little sensitive, doesn't bring the same or right amount of sensation as it did the last time. We can give our bodies a break. It won't always do the same things. It won't always feel the same way. That's part of building our body's natural intelligence. Yeah. Just learning to listen to ourselves. Press those feet together. Stay strong, committed here. Support if you need to. Hands can maintain contact, perhaps with the feet. You can even massage those arches. Just don't lose the tone there. Maybe you're holding onto the ankles or the shins. Hand to heart, hand to belly. Feeling the breath. So yeah, insofar as yoga is building a relationship with ourselves, it's part of the practice, is listening to the information that our bodies are giving us in any moment of our practice, being able to interpret that and use that information wisely. That's our goal. One more breath here, lift. We're starting to round. Hands come to the knees. I'm going to ever so gently encourage them together. Pull the heels close as they can. Hands are on the front of the knees or the shins, and we give ourselves a hug. We're just going to round in. Okay? It's going to look different for everybody's body, what that little seed posture and self-hug looks like. So however you can manage into that, head melts toward the knees. Hands or arms in contact. Thighs, feet are planted on the earth. Wherever our body is in this pose, to create the space that we need. We should still manage to have everything in some good symmetry here. So we can just melt on over. Just finding the breath. This simple forward or inward fold. This is also a place that if you want to use the block can go between the knees. Head to the block. Maybe there's a block on top of the knees. Many options. Just breathing. Finding a good opening in the back of the body, back of the heart, back of the neck. Allowing the breath to slow, soften. Also releasing any control that we have of it, just following the breath's lead until we feel it coming into sync with the heartbeat. Even, naturally rhythmic. And inhale, head comes up, gaze comes up. Reestablish the comfortable seat that you began in. Maybe it's something a little different. Coming to a cross-legged seat, or hips to heels, or if you prefer, of course, laying down in Shavasana. We're just going to allow the eyes to close here for a moment. So either a seated meditation, or again, if Shavasana is really calling you, whole back body to the earth. Body moves through. The breath moves through the body. Eyes closed. The gaze very soft and unfocused. Hands palms down, somewhere on the body, on the lap. Maybe they're both on the belly, both at the heart. One hand in the heart, one hand in the belly. And noticing the breath. And then noticing the body. Here now, at the end of your practice, what are the sensations that you feel in the body? And try not to bring any judgment words or any even discernment, not too fine a discernment, but just literal physical sensations. Is there tingling, opening, warmth, cold? How does the body feel? Palms meet together at heart center. Gaze is soft down at the hands and the heart. Give yourself some gratitude for your practice today, for everything your body is capable of, all the different ways in which it supports and guides us through each moment. And turn the fingertips forward. Send the energy from the heart out. Gaze can also come forward and out. Send the benefits and the sensations of your practice just out to the world. Maybe there's someone specific who can benefit from the energy of your practice. Consciously send it forward. And then thumbs to the third eye, that we may be conscious in thought. Thumbs to the lips, that we may be conscious in word. Thumbs to the heart, that we may be conscious in action. May we each be a light unto ourselves as well as to each other. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Check out some of my other recordings or come and join us live on Zoom. Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. PST. Thursday nights, nice gentle yin yang practice, 5:30 to 6:30. Or Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Hope to see you. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Have a beautiful day.